Alright, moving on. Here we have one of the first versions to come out from Power of the Force 2 line. He's not quite as bulky. He's bulky. He's got a big upper chest, but he's not as bad as the other figures like Luke or Leia or Lando. So he sort of scraped by okay. The likeness is okay. It's hard to get Harrison Ford's face. Here we have a very similar version. This is Han in Carbonite, which we'll look in greater detail later, but the figure itself is pretty much identical to the other one there, except he has brown pants and no vest. The face is the same and the hair is a little lighter. I hate these wide legs they put on these guys. Makes them so hard to stand when it could be so easy. Here we have a version of the battle gear, or Hoth battle gear, with bendable knees. This is so he can ride his Tauntaun, right? Kind of like the Lukes we saw in the other video. His head moves. He has the big Eskimo poncho thing over the top. But they also came out with a couple of versions of him that are exactly the same, no bendable knees, and the hood is down. I wonder why they did that. I wonder why they went to their trouble. But his head here is similar to the cap that Luke wears, just without the scarf. So, variations on these, you can find those anywhere. Not bad. This I think is Power of the Jedi. They're still using the bulky figure. No, this one's Power of the Force. He has a trench coat for indoor with camouflage. Looks good. The figure's not bad, but the problem is you see how his sleeves are also part of the poncho, right? Well, you can't take the poncho off because then you'd have to take all his arm off too. So, not quite as, doesn't have that classic touch that the vintage indoor one had. Now we're moving somewhere. This is Power of the Jedi. And you can definitely tell that he has gotten a real big boost in detail. He's slimmer, more proportional. His face looks a little bit more like Harrison Ford, but still, it's hard to get to his face. I like here's something that's interesting. Look how much smaller his gun is compared to the Power of the Force 2. I just thought that was cool. He's got a working holster, so we're finally starting to see that. Now he has the same thing where his arms are the sleeves, and then he has a jacket, but the jacket doesn't come off. So it gives him a layer of three-dimensional, so make him a little bit more three-dimensional, but it's a little strange. He has ball-jointed shoulders and swivel elbows that aren't too bad. I just still don't quite like them, but they're not as bad as other versions. His legs do not bend. Overall, a good figure. Power of the Jedi, which is an excellent line of figures. If you buy anything, buying it from them, you're pretty sure that it's going to be good. You see he's got a little weird feature. He is specifically designed to be right as they're all leaving Mos Eisley in the first movie. Han puts his hand up like this to shoot. He sort of, throws it up like a balance thing or something, and they've made him just to be in that pose, which is dumb. He also has bendable knees, so this could be a decent enough figure. I wouldn't have much problem with him, but look at his face. Does not look like Harrison Ford. It's a strange looking face. I'm not sure where they got that from. Now this one, super articulated, excellent figure. The face looks really good. Overall, just an excellent, really good guy. A workable holster. The belt moves a little. My biggest problem with him is look how thin his legs are. He does not stand well at all. I don't know why they started making his legs so thin. It's a problem that continues on the newer figures. This is original trilogy collection. And look at his elbows. I'm going to just try to watch this. It swivels, right? But that's it. They swivel side to side. It's a really dumb feature so that he can have some posability, but not enough to make it worthwhile. But this is Han in Carbonite, which, despite the flaws I just pointed out, is a pretty decent enough figure. Looks like him. He's got a puke stain on his shirt, like he did in the movie. So, overall, not too bad. He came with a carbonite block, this one here, but he doesn't lock into it like other versions. Okay, this guy's still in stores. This is sort of the best version, I would say, of Hoth Han. See how he's sort of gone from this really dumb Eskimo looking version, gets a little bit better but still not quite there, to a really detailed version. What I like about this one, he's super articulated. Two cool features. First one, binoculars with two eye. They even put the detail of having two eye holes that come out as one. That's cool. You can use this for your Luke. You can use it for anybody. This is a fun. And he has goggles. You see those goggles? You can take them off and put them on the top part of his head instead of just having them hang down there on his lower. And he's worth buying. Definitely the best version from Hoth. And this is the newest one. A brand new figure, never seen before in this particular uniform. This is his same coat he has here, but he has it all unbuttoned. This is when he's working on the Millennium Falcon, and he has his welding mask to cover his face with. He's fairly well articulated. This is from the vintage collection, so you can buy him in stores now still too. The face looks pretty good, darker hair than usual, but overall he's good except for those thin feet. Just to give you sort of an indication, you see how thin those legs are? Just here's Power of the Force 2. Look how much thicker those legs are, and feet too. So this, you know, it's like a ballerina. He's not gonna stand very well. Well, that's your Han Solos. Just sort of jumped around a little bit, but let's look at Carbonite in the next video.